This video is alleged and it is not meant to hurt anyone in any form or fashion. I hope you all enjoy this video. Like, comment, and subscribe and then voice your opinion. I did my research. Make sure you do yours. And I hope you all enjoy this video. This video is DDTS episode 589. Let's talk about it. Trey Reed. Join the video. Thank you. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of DDTS, episode 589, audio edition, podcast edition. I'm back with another video. I'm glad y'all are here to join me today. It is September the 16th, 2025, 11:20 a.m. I'm doing this video. I was pensive if I wanted to do this video or not because I wanted to give, the peoples that knew this person that basically touched so many people's lives in this tragedy and this news outbreak is still going on and on and on and on at this very moment. And it is very sad. I really wanted to cover this video because I feel like it's very important that I just wanted to shed light on this situation. Not sure if I could or not, but being that this person was in Mississippi when this happened, I feel like as a person that is from Mississippi, that was born in Mississippi, I feel like that I have, I feel like it is in, not saying my best interests, but I just wanted to give my thoughts and my perspective on this whole thing. And my heart and prayers goes out to the family of the victim, Trey Reed. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. But first, if you are new here and you like this type of content, hit that like button, subscribe button, and that notification bell so you will get notified when I have new videos uploaded. Now, I have not watched the video that I uploaded yesterday yet, so I know I'm going to be behind on here. And I've been posting, and I have not watched any video that I've done yet that I have uploaded and posted what I did, but I'm eventually going to get to it. But today we're going to talk about Trey Reed. And I want you to say his name, Trey Reed. Trey Reed was a 21-year-old that was found hanging in Mississippi. 1 second. Trey Reed. His body was found hanging in Cleveland, Mississippi. And it's very heartbreaking, like this coming from me, DDTS. It's very heartbreaking that, he's still a kid, a young adult, and this is going on. Now, I found the article here from Y Entertainment. I'm going to read it. I'm going to elaborate on it after I read it, and we're going to talk about it. But I just want to say before I start this article, before I start reading, I just want to say I really hope that this was not what I think it is. And I really hope that the policemen, that the authorities do their job and try to get to the bottom of it. Because honestly, let's be real. When it comes to people such as black and brown peoples in the black and brown community, in the black community, when it comes to peoples like us or the black community, the authorities, the policemen, anybody, they don't care about us They always failed us in the system. We was always treated wrong when we in the hands of the policemen. Our lives were always on the line. They still be on the line. We are never treated fairly when it comes to authorities. Not saying all policemen are bad. But when heinous crimes like this happen, policemen and the authorities, they don't care about us. They don't care about us. But if it was somebody of the other community, you know who I'm talking about, they be up and running trying to break their neck, trying to find out who did this and who did that. And I think this is something too. I think it's very, 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 I peep this. I think it's very heinous that, when you know who that just got unalived, everybody is hooping and hollering and everybody has given their opinion. I gave my opinion. I done videos on it. But soon as Trey Reed news come out, it's a lot of peoples that is really doing what needs to be done. Some peoples are doing what needs to be done, and that is putting out the word, letting this be well known that this is still going on. Peoples are still using their words for Trey Reed, for good, to let it be well known of what happened to this young man in Clarksdale, Cleveland, Mississippi. I'm sorry. But I'm going to tell you this. The same energy that people's had for old dude, they should have the same energy for Trey Reed. And I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to elaborate on it. We're going to discuss it. We're going to do what needs to be done. Because as a person that is from Mississippi, that, was born in Mississippi, I'm a Mississippi native. I think, this is important. I'm not doing this for likes. I'm not doing this for a hashtag. I'm doing this because the word must get out. And us as peoples, we need to come together as a community, as the Black community, and who stands with us. Because this has been happening to our community for over 400 years. And I don't care what anybody say. It is said that it was not foul play. Then if it was not foul play, then what was it? And it's also said that he had broken legs and everything. So you trying to tell me that he done this on his own, hung himself and done this on his own? I don't think that for a second. I think that is something somebody knew. Somebody that had to know him very well. Somebody that was familiar with their campus. Somebody that knew something of him, of this young man. Something that had happened and it didn't go right. Something happened and it didn't go right. And it didn't go their way. So they basically felt, allegedly, in my opinion. But we're going to go ahead and get into this article. And this is DDTS episode 589. Come join me. Hey y'all, welcome back to DDTS episode 589. Let's talk about it. Trey Reed. I'm sorry, y'all. So here it goes. We're finna go ahead and get into this article and we are going to elaborate on it. I will be going from different perspectives and I will be going from different articles that is updated to let y'all know what I found out in these articles and see if there has been an update. Now, before I start, I know I have no reason to be talking about this at the very moment, My heart, my prayers goes out to Trey Reed's family, and I am respecting, and I'm hoping that I'm doing, the respectable thing and respecting their wishes and everything. Like, I'm making this video not because of the hashtags and the likes, but I'm making this video to let it be well known that we truly care and that we just want justice and we want equal opportunity. We want equality. We want answers. What happened to this young man at this college to be 21 years old and to be hung from a tree? Do you know how much history that brings? When a black African American male, or when a black person in general is hung from a tree, do y'all know what that represents? Do y'all know how much traumatic, sad, heartbreaking history that brings for our community? It brings heartache and it brings pain, but I'm about to go ahead and read this article. So come on, y'all, join me. Okay, y'all, we're finna go ahead and get into this article. It says, "Where's the buzz? Entertainment Emmys set filter secrets. Why entertainment?" Monday, September the 15th, 2025, 2:14 p.m. Black student identified as Trey Reed hanging from a tree at the Delta State University. Its central now will be a period of pride, a century of history defined by joy and legacy. But now the shocking discovery of a body that has left Cleveland, Mississippi in search of the globe in grief. That emperoric segment is receding as fast as it began. A body found in the heart of campus. Sunday, Delta State staff found the body of a student hanging from a rope around the tree closet to the Court of Governors residence halls. What would be a weekend of homecoming celebrations immediately became a crime scene as university police and city law enforcement deceded in officials released, the university reported. Earlier today, Delta State University staff discovered a deceased individual on campus. University police and local authorities were immediately notified and conducted an active investigation. Our community and deeply saddened their loss. We extend a heartfelt condolences to the family and friends impacted. He was later identified by relatives and friends on Facebook, Trey Reed of Grenada, Mississippi. The agony in the words, the terror of his final moments, hung more heavily than could any central banner. The family's appeal, the Reed's family, stunned with unspeakable loss, appealed to the public for compassion. Alicia Walls, representing the family, wrote on Facebook, "On behalf of my family, I ask that you please not share the graphic video of Trey. For some of you, it's information entertainment. But for us, it's a living nightmare. At this time, we ask that you keep us in your thoughts and prayers as we navigate through the difficult time." The campus responds. All central activities were canceled by Delta State. The OW Reilly Counseling Center counselors became also available to students, faculties, employees, recognizing that grief, confusion, and fear now that full of campus air. What was meant to be a season of reflection now became season of reckoning. Social media uproar and questions. When the news of Trey's death spread, there was outrage around the web. The conditions of his death remain unknown, yet imaginary is too historical and too heavy for many to take as coincidence. One of them penned a modern lynching at Delta State man. Another tweeted, somebody was hung at Delta State. Why is it quiet? So, this is an article I got from yesterday. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this, I'm going to take all of this. I'm going to take this because I'm going to use it for, I just want y'all to know where I got my news from, where I got all of my information from, because I already tell you the right information and not the wrong. It is very heartbreaking that this is happening. And I'm really lost for words at this very moment. But like I said, I'm making this video. I think I'm a hold off with posting it. And I'm going to give the family their space, their grieving moment, their time to process everything. Because I don't want to, I don't want to be the cause to stir everything up. But I'm doing this video because it's not because I want to do this video. Like I said, it's not for hashtags, it's not for likes, attention, anything. I'm doing this video because it is a purpose. The purpose of this video is to let people know that this is still happening to our peoples. This is still happening to peoples of our community. This can happen to anybody, but it's mostly happened to our community. Now, I've seen that another person that is not of our community has been hung as well. I don't know how to respond to that because that seems kind of puzzle to me. But this video is about respectfully Trey Reed. And that's the article, and we're going to elaborate on it. And I think I have another article that I want to elaborate on. So stay with me. Hey y'all, I'm back. Before the excuse me, y'all. Before the elaboration, I wanted to clarify that I found an updated article that was posted almost 50 minutes ago. And I want to read that to y'all. And I think, it'd be a good idea if I read it to y'all and that I'll recite off the first article that I've read and going to elaborate on. And I'm going to do this with this new article, and then we're going to elaborate and talk about it. So now I'm about to read the article that was posted almost 50 minutes ago. And this is from September the 16th, which is today, 2025. And this article is on the website of the Economic Times, U.S. News. And here it goes. I'm going to make sure I get this right here. And it says this. It says, Trey Reed, broken bones, legs hanging, raised questions about no foul play. Claims say social media users. Was he locked up before death? Now, before I get into this article, I'm going to say this before I read the article, and I'm going to say this after I read the article. Let me get comfortable as I sip a cup of my coffee because I'm really about to basically clock tea. Now, so you telling me that this young man, Trey Reed, had broken bones, legs, while being hung. And now peoples is saying that it is no foul play? How in the hell can people say that it is no foul play? There is no way in the world that Trey Reed, that this young man, the victim, could break his legs and hang himself. That's impossible. I don't believe it for a minute. I believe it is foul play. And I believe it's some peoples out there that know what really happened. But they just don't want to speak up on it. Because you know why they don't want to speak up on it. It's either because they're trying to protect who it is that did it, or they just don't want their name scattered out there, and they don't want the reputation of the school out there and messed up and everything. Because you do have peoples out there that try to cover other people's and their heinous crimes and all the heinous stuff that they have done in their past just to make themselves look good, just to keep their reputation up and running. I don't believe that it was no foul play at all. I don't believe that. Because how in the world can this young guy, how in the world can this young man, a 21-year-old, have broken legs and hung up? He can't. If he had broken legs, how can he hang himself? That's impossible. That don't seem right to me. Something in the milk, something in the water ain't clean. Something in the water ain't clean. I'm not falling for that mess. I don't believe it for 1 second. And to the family of Trey Reed, if you're watching this video, my heart, my prayers, my condolences goes out to y'all. And I'm sorry about everything. I'm sorry to hear about that, but it's sad. Like I said, I'm not making this video for attention-wise. I'm making it just to be well known that we want to know what happened to this young guy. Who would do this to him? He seemed like a very sweet, very kind individual person that was respectable, didn't hurt a fly or anything, because there's a video that I watched on TikTok. I'm guessing that it was one of his best friends. Basically, he was venting, and you can tell the pain in his voice because that was his best friend. He said allegedly that he didn't pick up the phone, and that was him calling. He didn't even get the chance to tell him goodbye. So this is all alleged. Let me go on and put this out there. Everything in this video is alleged. I'm going to make sure I put that in the beginning of this video. But now we're going to read this updated part of this article. Trey Reed, broken bones, legs hanging, raised questions about no foul play, claims say social media users. Was he locked up before death? Trey Reed's broken bones, legs, raising questions about no foul play, claims says social media users. Was he locked up before death? The death of 21-year-old Delta State University student DeMartravion Trey Reed has sparked widespread debate. Officials reported no foul play, but online users and family members continue to challenge the official version of events. Trey Reed, broken bones, legs hanging, raised questions about no foul play. Trey Reed, broken bones, legs hanging, raised questions about no foul play claim. Say social media users. Was he locked up before death? The 21-year-old Delta State University student was discovered on campus, and officials reportedly no foul play, sparking public debate and allegations online. Marina, no foul play. Officials do not believe any threat to students or community exists and said that the normal operations were expected to return soon. Where is the outrage? Where is the community? Black students, ADSU need to be protected. Hashtags Trey Reed. Discovery on campus raises questions. On September the 15th, around 7 a.m., Delta State University Police Chief Mike Peeler confirmed that Demartravion Trey Reed, age 21, was found hanging from a tree near the pickleball courts. Reed was from Grenada, Mississippi. His body was retrieved by the Boulevard County Coroner Office, and an autopsy is scheduled. Authorities say foul play was not suspected. Now, we have something else. Trey Reed, a 21-year-old black man, was found hanging from a tree at the predominantly white university in Mississippi. The media and the Delta State University Police Chief Mike Peeler are attempting to portray this as a self-inflicted act. Historically, black peoples were hanged from trees due to lynchings by white individuals. Justice for Trey Reed. Okay, let me get that right here, because I'm going to need all the information that I can get. Okay, now that's it on that article. Now that was the newest and updated article that I have at this very moment. And now we finna go ahead and elaborate on that. So now you're telling me that this university, allegedly, that Trey Reed went to, was a all-white university, meaning that it was no mixture of black peoples. From the latest tweet that I've read, Omar, the ginger Arab, Trey Reed, a 21-year-old black man, was found hanging from a tree at a predominantly white university in Mississippi. Repeat, okay, pause. Pause. Let's pause right there. Let me read that part again. Trey Reed, a 21-year-old black man, was found hanging from a tree at a predominantly white university in Mississippi. Circle. Those two words out of predominantly. Circle white university. Y'all ain't finna tell me, and ain't nobody finna tell nobody else that is of the black community and who stands with us that there was no foul play involved. Come on now, we got better sense than that. We been to the mall and we shopping. We know for a fact how this gonna play. We know how these things play out. You ain't finna tell me that it was not no foul play. I'm not falling for this BS. I'm not falling for it. If he was the only black student at all white, listen, come on, y'all. Come on now. Y'all know what I'm getting at. Black student, all white university. Hung from a tree at the university. Says no foul play. You ain't telling me nothing. You is not telling me anything. We is not no dummies. We is not no fool. And then authorities gonna say there's no foul play. We heard that thousands of times when it comes to murderers of black individuals, black African American peoples in our community with stuff like that. Authorities always have tried to cover up the fact that black men and black women have been getting unalived by you know what. Come on now. Like I said before, and I'll say it again before I read the article. Somebody knows something. Until we know how this happened, this autopsy come out, hopefully, we don't know is it going to come out same. We don't know is it going to come out the same. We don't know is it going to come out different. But think about it. Broken legs, hung from a tree. If his legs was broken, allegedly, if Trey Reed's legs, the 21-year-old legs was broken, how in the hell can he hang himself for it from a tree? He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. Somebody had to do that to him. Think about it. Trey Reed, 21 years old, being at an all-white university. Come on now. In Mississippi. Come on now. Ain't nobody boo-boo the damn fool. I know I'm not. Do you know what I think about when I hear all white? And a person of the black community is getting unalive? Do you know what goes in the back of my mind? It goes back through history. What happened all those years ago? The KKKs, the lynchings, and everything. Come on now. You is not going to tell me that this is not foul play. I don't believe it for 1 second. I'm telling you, these officials, these authorities, they have to know something. I bet my money that they know who it probably was. It could be somebody that is over the college. It could be somebody that's over the university. It can be one of the students that has the biggest and biggest grades, that is the best reputation for the school. Like they say, they're going to do everything that they can to protect that person or whoever done the reputation. Now, I will say this. Now, it will be a different story and it will be a shocker if it was somebody of our own community. But I really do not see that happening. I might be wrong, but I can't picture that in my mind. I just can't. I just can't picture that in my mind. I just can't. But that just does not seem right to me. Broken legs, hanging from a tree at an all-white university. Come on now. You is not telling me anything. Like I said, the same energy that everybody else had from this individual that I did a video on, and I'm pretty sure what everybody is still talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Everybody has so much energy and so much flab over him. Let's have the same energy for Trey Reed, the 21-year-old that was unalive at the all-white university in Cleveland, Mississippi. This was somebody's son. This was somebody's brother. This was somebody's friend. This was somebody's cousin. This was somebody's nephew. This was somebody that meant a lot to somebody. He was beginning life. And a lot of people's, they talk about Mississippi like it's the worst town and state to be in. Yes, Mississippi has history, and it's not good history. But Mississippi is not the only state that is red. Mississippi is not the only state that has had these type of experiences. And I think what hurts the most about this whole situation is that the family of Trey Reed has to withstand this. And it's going to take a process for them to recover from this, because it's heartbreaking. No one deserves to bury their child. But like I said, broken legs. And the question, and this the other question, was he locked up before his passing, before his death? I believe allegedly, I believe he was tortured. I believe he was tortured. I believe that there was some individuals that basically attacked him because he was basically at that school. Basically, they did not want him there. Basically, that they had so much hate in their body. So you know what they did? They tortured him, allegedly. It could have been a group of peoples or one person that tortured him, allegedly. Broke his legs, broke his bones, and then hung him. And now they're saying that it could not be no foul play. You is not finna tell me that this young man did all this by himself. He couldn't do that by himself. An all-white university, a black young man being at an all-white university. Do y'all know how common sense that sound? Anybody got common sense to know that us as black Americans, us as African Americans, us as black peoples, we know this. We know this. And I know some of y'all probably saying, okay, he's overreacting. He's getting too hyped. No, I'm not getting too hyped. I'm speaking the truth. As a 30-year-old, when it comes to my community, the black community, I do not play about my community. I look up pictures of peoples that was in our history, that made history for us, that walked so we can run. I read up on that stuff. I read up on Medgar Evers. I read up on Martin Luther King. I read up on Fred Hamilton. I read up on Harriet Tubman. I read up on Rosa Parks. I read up on Angela Davis. I read up on Huey P. Newton of the Black Panther. So you're not gonna tell me that I don't know. This is all alleged. But we all know it's the truth. It's some truth to it as well. I have no reason to lie. I have no reason to make this up. You can all go back and read this article. These authorities and these policemen, they think they're going to pull one on us. They not. Every time when something like this happens in our community, when these authorities get a hold to it, there's no foul play. There's no foul play. Of course they're going to say that because they don't care about us. We've never been treated right when it comes to police brutality. And it's heartbreaking. I'm tired of this happening to our peoples, to our community. We don't be doing anything to be bothering anybody. And this is what I said. We should not let everybody is not meant to be in our circle. Everybody is not meant to be in our bubble. I'm still talking about the same thing. I'm still talking about Trey Reed. And I mean this, and I'm not going to change it. Everybody is not meant to be in our circle. Anybody that does not want to stand with us, that does not stand with us, that does not understand us, don't need to be in our circle. People just want to be included because they know us. They don't. They don't know the struggle. They don't know the situations, and they don't know the heart pelt and pain us as history, what we've been through. They don't know. And I will say this. Now, there is a lot of people that is not of our community that stands with us, that understands us, that want to learn. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the peoples. They think that they run everything, that everything is theirs. Everything that we create, everything that we created, everything that we put in motion has been taken away. And it's sad. And it's about time we stop letting it happen. Stop letting peoples in your circles. Stop letting peoples in your circles. And stop inviting peoples in that wouldn't even do the same for you. No, I'm not trying to divide nothing. So much good diversity is happening now, but you have got to watch that. It's not everybody. It's not everybody. It's some. It's some of the peoples that is taught to hate another person of the color of their skin. It's not everybody. You got some peoples that have raised their kids and tell them, you see this person, you see this person. Don't talk to this person. They're evil. They're evil. They not like us. They don't know what it's like to be us. You have some of those peoples and you have some of those parents telling them kids that now. But you also have some of the parents and some of the peoples that's telling their kids the right thing, that we should love one another. Treat them the way you want to be treated. And that's how it should be done. Not this hate stuff. But like I said, my heart, my prayers goes out to Trey Reed and his family. Like, comment, and subscribe. What do you guys think about this video? Do you think that there's more to it than there is? And if there's an update, I will be sure to give y'all an update. I will even make a video, an updated video on this whole situation. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be back with another video as possible. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and please let me know what you guys think. I love y'all. So what do you guys think about Trey Reeves in this whole situation? Do you guys think that there's foul play? Do you think somebody is really behind this? Because I believe that there's more to the story. They just want to tell us what they want us to know. They want to tell his family what they want him to know. When I think of Trey Reed, I think of all the individuals in the black community that have been failed, that have not gotten the justice that they deserve. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Like, comment, and subscribe. Is I'm wrong? Is I'm right? Or is I'm overboard? Or do I just need to calm down a bit? Like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think. And that would be the video for today. I love y'all, and I will see y'all next time. I love y'all. See y'all soon. Love you. Bye-bye.